Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are talking all about solo travel. I want to inspire you to take a solo trip. So I unexpectedly fell into the life of a nomad. I've been traveling the world full-time on a budget and doing it solo. I want to share with you everything that I've learned along the way, so join me every Tuesday for tips, tricks and recommendations. Of course, it is super intimidating for anyone when you've never traveled solo before. Even myself, every time I go on a new trip, I still get nervous, even though I've done it a bunch of times. And then when I start traveling a couple of days in, I was like, why was I so nervous? This is the best thing ever. So you need to be aware that it's going to feel uncomfortable, and you just need to let yourself step outside your comfort zone, because I swear that's where all of the magic happens. It's amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, solo travel isn't going to be for everyone, but I think that every person should try it. Just, you need to try it, because seriously, it changes you as a person, and you can't not try something once, because how do you know that you're not going to like it if you haven't tried it before? And I promise you, like I stated in my last video, you don't have to be alone. So I'll also link down below the video that I made about how to meet people when traveling solo. So if you're nervous about that, don't worry, I got your back. But today we are talking about different ways in which you can ease yourself into solo travel. So you don't just have to straight off the bat go on a solo trip. Like, that's really intimidating. So number one, first off, don't just leave the country solo when you've never been traveling before. Travel with a friend first, and not with your family, because with your family it's a bit different, because you don't have to do any of the planning. They take care of that. Travel with a friend, pick one other friend, go on a trip together, so at least you know what it's like to be planning travel. So you're booking your flights, you're booking your accommodation, you're booking your transport, getting around and doing all that kind of thing. But you have someone to help you along the way. And it gets you a little bit comfortable with knowing, you know, just all the things there are to do with solo traveling. Accommodations, different currencies, and getting around, and all of these kinds of things that you have to think about when you're traveling. So first off, do it with a friend so you can get a little bit comfortable. That's the one thing that I think that everyone kind of needs to do first. So the next 4 tips are the next step which you can do, and you can choose any of these. It just depends on kind of what you like to do. You could do each of them, whatever floats your boat. But these are ways in which you can ease yourself into solo traveling. Really, that's what the video is about. So next, you can join a tour, but by yourself. Don't join it with a friend, by yourself. So the difference with this is it's obviously way more comfortable than traveling to a country completely by yourself and not knowing anyone. The difference is with a tour, you don't know anyone, so you're stepping out of that comfort zone a little bit, in which you don't know anyone, it's a new situation, you're having to force yourself to make conversation and make friends with people that you don't know, but you don't have all that extra stress of transportation, planning anything, and all those other things that you have to think about when you're just completely by yourself traveling. So join a tour, that way you get used to, you know, traveling around, meeting new people, and being in a situation where you don't have another friend with you to automatically go to. You're having to force yourself to make new friends, and sometimes maybe you'll have to be by yourself, but it's a much easier way doing it in a tour, because it's seriously, you can't not make friends on a tour. Like, everyone is straight away friends, buddy, which is great. Now, another thing that you can do is start off traveling with a friend, but then move away from them. So if you and your friend are starting to travel, but maybe there's one destination you both want to go to, but then there's another destination that you both don't agree on, or you have longer to travel than what your friend does, or any reason, start traveling with them. Travel with them for the first week or 2 weeks, and then go and do your own thing. The great thing about this is when you leave a country and you first start traveling, it is really intimidating, and you just need to get back into that travel groove. It's like that for everyone. It even happens to me every time I start a new trip again. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit lost and I need to get back into my travel groove. So the great thing about doing this is you can start off traveling, you feel comfortable because you're with your friend, you get yourself into that travel groove, and then you go do your own thing. But you're not having to awkwardly get yourself into like the flow of traveling by yourself. You get to do it with the comfort of your friend, and when you're both ready to go, then you can separate ways. But you're kind of you know, you got that momentum, like, yeah, I can catch this train by myself, or yeah, like, I can feel comfortable meeting other people or whatnot. So that's a really good way to kind of ease yourself into it. So another thing that you can do is go to a country where you know someone there. So you're going to be getting on that plane by yourself and getting to do all that flying and everything at your own independence. But when you get to the country, once again, you're probably going to have to make your way to them. If you're lucky, they're going to be picking you up. But you have that comfort in knowing that you know someone there. Now, the good thing is if you're going to visit someone, they're probably going to still be working or whatever, and they can't, like, tour you around full time. Maybe they can, awesome, that kind of defeats the purpose. But the good thing is if you're going somewhere where you know someone, you can hang out with them for the first little bit and then maybe go off and be doing your own things. But it's good because once again, you get there and you have someone there that you know to kind of start to feel a bit comfortable. But when you're traveling around, you also are comforted in the fact that there is someone there if anything happens. If you're really hating life, you can go back to them. If there's an emergency situation, they're there for you. So you can feel a little bit more comforted in the fact that you know someone in the near vicinity, not there's no one in access to you until you're on the other side of the world. And the last way in which you can ease yourself into traveling is to work abroad. That's a really good one because once again, you're doing all that travel and everything over there by yourself, but when you get there, it's not like you get there and you're kind of like, okay, what am I doing today? Like, where do I catch a bus? Where do I catch a train? What am I doing? No, like you have a set purpose, you get there, you know where you're working, so you specifically pre-plan how to get where you're going, and once you're there, you start working and you make friends so easy when you work. So you pretty much automatically make friends straight away, you start hanging out with them, and you're just comfortable straight away. And it's not like that backpacking lifestyle where you're moving around and having to make new friends all the time. You feel a little bit more comfortable. But then once you work for a little bit, you can then leave and go off and do your own thing. But you're kind of really comfortable where you are because you just spent time working there, so you can go off and travel and do your own thing. So that's another way in which you can ease yourself into it. So there are a couple of different ways in which you can ease yourself into traveling. Hopefully they were helpful for you guys. I just cannot stress enough how much I truly believe that everyone should try solo traveling at least once, because personally it has grown me as a person so much. And I can't promise that everyone is going to like it, but I can promise it's probably going to be a really life-changing experience for you. You'll probably grow as a person, become a lot more independent, probably meet some really amazing people that will probably be new friends for life. Just take that step out of your comfort zone, because not everything in life is going to be comfortable, but some really great things come from being in an uncomfortable place to begin with. So seriously, just stop hesitating and just do it. Do it, do it, do it. So hopefully you found this video useful and maybe it inspired you to take your first solo trip. I really hope so. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Hit subscribe so you can see videos with tips every Tuesday, and I'll see you guys next week. So I'm going to leave you with how you can...